When you're having a rough day, having the kids bring in bags of plums from your very own plum tree, it helps. I don't know how, but it helps. So I'm stuck indoors watching Midsummer Murders. Fall feels like it's in the air, at least for this week, temporarily. So during my get well and bereavement time, I was looking at my flower tree, and I know we only recently did it, but since I can't do much outside because it burns my eye, I thought this is a great time to start bringing the fall feels into the Frugal Family home. So I had the kids pick a bunch of plums off our plum tree. Olivia's going to go out and have a turn and pick some more. We might be doing some plum preserves, but also this might be the time to start transitioning rather, the tree to more of a fall feel. That was the plan when putting all these gorgeous flowers on, all from the dumpsters, of course. So is the tree, come to that. But it might just be the right time to start taking off all of the more summer, springy kind of colors and maneuvering it a little at a time into something more of a fall kind of tree. I know, I just barely did this, but I can't do much outside. I'm going to try this evening when, it's getting to dusk and I can handle being outside, to go ahead and start, doing some little bit of yard work. But I don't know. We'll see. This is therapy, guys. This is therapy. Watching my fall shows, maybe doing a little bit with the tree, doing some bottling and canning. That's therapy. Olivia baked some of the fabulous banana muffin mix from all of those fabulous mixes that we found in the public school dumpster. It was an illegal dumping situation. We're gonna make our way through all of these. Oh, so many goodies, so many delicious temptations. The plums have all been stemmed. I'm still in the midst of a Midsummer Murders marathon. Next, they need to be chopped in half and pitted, and then we'll start them soaking with sugar and looking for recipes. Still not 100% sure what things we're gonna make.
Have these ones washed?
They've all been washed. Definitely making some plum jam and probably some plum butter, but also maybe some plum cordial.
What's that?
It's like wine, kind of. I've got this big stock pot full of pitted, well, they're not pitted, they're chopped in half and twisted, but I still gotta pit them. Mimi's gonna help me with that. And then we still have these 2 bowls full. Can definitely tell which ones were from the top of the tree where we didn't thin out the fruit. Definitely a difference. I'm also gonna keep some over here in the bowl, and these will be the ones for eating.
And of course it'll be the Jippo, won't it? It'll be the Diddy coin.
More Midsummer Murders. A whole bunch of lovely plum halves ready to go in the oven. These ones are going to be for the fruit leather. I still have all of these that are also pitted. Might do maybe another tray of these ones. Oh, there's the oven telling me it's warmed up. So according to the recipe, these are gonna go in the oven for a bit, then they're gonna sit, then they're gonna get blended with sugar, and then we will make them into fruit leather. Oh, steaming right up. Frugal friends, I wish you could smell how delicious these roasted plums are. Who knew? Processing plums as therapy. Bereavement and bottling. Why not? Before I start the plum butter, I'm going to take some of these and put them on the only pan that will currently fit in my freezer. I'm going to do 2 rounds of freezing and then put them in some freezer bags so that I can use them later for baking. There are some fall and winter recipes of like crumble and coffee cake, things like that with Plum, some tarts and some torts. And so we're gonna freeze some. Yeah, I've got plenty. I finally got to where, because, my hand is in rough shape and I'm just in rough shape generally, I decided, you know what, enough. Lesson learned, thin the fruit. Make the effort to get up there, even if it's really high and inconvenient, so that you don't end up with too many teeny tiny fruits. So I finally stopped and focused just on the big ones, and all the little ones, well, we can eat those later. It just got too inconvenient and kind of pointless, fruitless, an endeavor, a futile endeavor to be pitting teeny tiny plums. I've got a sauce pot full of, well, not full, but close to full of plums. Reagan brought up a bunch of jars for me, many of which are, of course, from the bins or recycled from previous stuff that we had. This is the start of the plum butter right here. And we are back to the fruit leather. So I've got a bunch of them here in the food processor. Gonna blend those up. Then it looks like all I have to do after I've gotten everything blended, look at that delicious syrup there. I bet it's yummy. Oh yeah, that's a little bit tart, definitely tart, but that's fabulous. Anyway, gonna get all that blended up, and then we just have to put it in a bowl and mix it with sugar. And using a dumpster salvaged measuring cup, I will be getting the sugar to add. I just realized, I guess I do have to bake the fruit leather. If you hear like screams and stuff, that's just the TV. Everything's fine. I am gonna have to bake it. I thought it was just you roll it out and then let it set, but it does look like I'll have to bake it. Dumpster salvaged spatula. Amazing how much money we have saved with dumpster diving, frugal friends. Continuing to stir the plums for the plum butter. I've got 2 cookie sheets with the fruit leather stuff. So it turns out I don't need to bake them, they just need to dry. And what was recommended was to preheat the oven to 170, then turn it off and go ahead and put the fruit leathers in. More Midsummer Murders and more coffee, and turns out it can take up to 2 days for the leather to fully dry out if we don't do the oven method. I'm thinking we'll be doing the oven method. I've added a touch of dumpster salvage cinnamon, and frugal friends, I wish you could smell this. Oh my goodness. It's fall, we've had the most glorious weather this week, like rain, monsoons, craziness, nice cool temperatures. And then cooking this today, it just feels so very fall. And you guys know how much I love fall. Word to the wise, in case you ever decide to try to make plum butter. It takes forever to cook down. So much longer than apples or peaches. Holy cow. Smells delicious though. My jars have been sterilized. I've gotten out my rings. I have all of these lids. They were either from when we helped clean out someone's house that had passed away, or they were from a dumpster dive, or both. And they are in a little tote that is, of course, from the dumpsters. You'll notice it says crayons. Yeah, it was from one of the public school dumpster dives from years and years ago. So we are almost ready to actually start bottling. I have a fabulous double-bagged bit of frozen plums in here. Lovely, fabulous, ready for later when we decide to do something with them. Then I have this bag of chopped and pitted plums that are just going to be in the fridge until tomorrow, when I am going to make some plum apple grape juice. So stay tuned for that. Please come back. And the frugal therapy, such as it is, will continue.